What's the matter?
My stomach hurts from leaning over.
You want me to do it?
No, it's really stuck on here like mud.
Well, that's what haven't you done in a while, but alright. Are you ready, Nana? Alright. Are you ready for Mr. Shan?
Yeah.
And ready for Mrs. Gabby and Mr. Stuffin and stuff like that? And Johnny and Holly and other good characters like that? Yeah.
I don't think it's such a good idea.
So, should we go downstairs and get some breakfast?
I thought we were strategizing.
We are, and I do my best thinking on a full stomach.
Man, poor hungry baby. Okay, listen, how about this? How about we come up with a plan, and then I'll give you a reward.
Why do I get the distinct feeling that that reward's not going to be food?
It's gonna be great. Do you want it or not?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, attaboy, start thinking.
Okay, so the best way to get proof that Lee was in on the plan to kill me is obviously to get it from one of his co-conspirators, right?
Right. But the thing is, Harris never saw Lee, so we can't use him.
Right. And Megan's in the wind, so the best way to get it is to get Lee to confess.
Yeah, but Lee's not stupid. I mean, he's a lot of things. He's definitely not stupid. He's gonna know that he's being played, and we're gonna have to just be very shrewd.
Okay, well, it's a good thing we know what his Achilles heel is.
What's that?
His obsessive love for you, of course.
Lee, you said that your father found out about your relationship. I'm assuming that you've been keeping it a secret?
Yes, I was from him. I was afraid of how he'd react.
And why was that?
Xiaoxing was working class. And as you know, our family was not. I knew he'd never approve of my relationship with her. But I never expected him to do what he did.
What did he do?
One day, I was looking for Xiaoxing. As I told you, we'd always sneak off during lunch. And that day was to this little area behind the math room. And I waited for her. She was late. And when she finally came, she told me that she had to break up with me. That she and her family were moving to a province far away, and we'd never see each other again. I remember in that moment, I'm feeling like I couldn't breathe. And for days after that, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. And my father, he eventually became impatient with my dark mood. And one day, he lost his temper. And he yelled at me, and he berated me, and he told me that I was dishonoring him. All because of a girl who never really cared about me. And that's when he told me what he did.
What did he do?
He found a note that I had written to her. And that's when he realized the depths of my feelings for her. So he went to her and he told her that if she ended her relationship with me, then he'd offer her father a really good, well-paying job as a foreman in a factory 2,000 miles away from where we lived. He said she accepted immediately, that that's how much our relationship meant to her.
Maybe that wasn't true. Maybe your father just made up that story.
Well, I don't know because we never spoke again. She and I. And after my father told me the truth, he expected me to just get over it. Just get over her. And the truth is, I did. Eventually, I just buried my feelings down for her. Never even mentioned her name again. That is, until now.
So, when you found out what your father had done, that he had deliberately broken up you and Xiaoxing, how did that make you feel?
Powerless. She was the best thing in my life. So sweet and beautiful. My father just took her from me.
I imagine you wanted to make sure that nothing like that ever happened again.
Well, at the time, I thought it couldn't happen again because I would never love anyone the way I loved Xiaoxing. And I never did. Until
Gabby.
Gabby. Right. And when we became involved, I started feeling the same way for her as I had with Xiaoxing. But also, I was afraid that someone would take her from me. Just like my father had with Xiaoxing.
Someone like
Stefan.
Okay, so we prey on Lee's obsession with me, and which, by the way, I pitched that to you. I don't know if you recall, and we used that weakness to get him to confess.
Except for one thing. Lee knows that you hate his guts, so he's gonna sense that something is up.
Good point.
So maybe we need to take a more unconventional approach.
How unconventional?
Nothing too crazy. Maybe something involving a certain asset who could maybe nudge Lee in the right direction.
Interesting. And how do we acquire that certain asset?
So this friend who you wish could be more, did you meet her in class? I mean, you're talking about her or...
Yeah, definitely a her. No, we met before classes even started. Actually, I met her the first day I got here in the park.
That was fast, but that's great. What'd she like?
She's awesome. I mean, now that I think about it, you probably know her. She's Nicole's daughter, Holly.
You don't think it's a good idea that EJ and I get married?
No, I don't.
Okay. Look, it's getting late. Maybe you guys can start getting ready.
Yeah,
Right, we should. And can you do me a favor and run an errand for me after you get changed?
of course.
Okay. What's going on? I thought you liked EJ, don't you?
No, I do like him, okay?
Okay. So then, what's the problem? Why don't you want us to get married? Sweetheart, you know we've been planning